Hi, this is David Walters with the Breadboard cable tester project. For this project I have a breadboard, a 9-volt battery, 2 jacks for this TRS cable, and I also have an LED which I will be using to test the cable, and also a resistor so that we don't burn out the LED. Alright, so what I want to do is make sure that this cable works. First thing I'm going to do is plug in the power source, the 9-volt battery. I'm going to plug the negative side into this first row of the breadboard. I'm going to plug the black side, the negative side, into the blue row of the breadboard. I'm going to take the positive side and plug it into the opposite side of the breadboard into the red column. I'm sorry, those are columns, not rows. So the negative part of the battery is going into this column, the blue column. The positive red side is going into the red column on the other side. The next thing I'm going to do is plug in this resistor, whose color bands are red, green, red, and gold. So this resistor has a power of 2,500 ohms with a tolerance of plus or minus 5%. So I'm going to plug one side of this resistor into the column that the negative side of the battery is plugged into. Then I'm going to plug the other side into, we'll do row 10A, so that would be 10A. The next thing I'm going to do is plug each side of the TRS cable into a jack. Each of these jacks have a tip ring and sleeve connection. So what I want to do is run the electrons through each of these, each of the cables in the jack, tip ring and sleeve, just to make sure that every single one, all three work. So I'm going to connect this resistor to the tip of the cable, and let me see which wire that actually is. It's this red one. So I'm going to plug the red wire, which is the tip, so that it's connecting to the resistor. So I'm going to do 10B right next to it. Then what I want to do is find the tip on the other side of the cable. So that's right here. And I'm going to plug that into a whole nother row. Let's do 30A. Now what I want to do is run that now through the cable. I'm sorry, the ring of this cable. So I need to find which one of these is the ring. No, this one. So we're going to plug that right next to that second tip connection, so 30B. Now that's going to run back the opposite way, back to this ring. Now we need to find the ring on this one, which is this wire right here. We're going to plug this into another separate row. Let's do 20A. Now we're going to take the sleeve of this one. The electrons have came out to this ring, this wire. We're going to take the sleeve and connect it to that same row. So we'll do 20B. Now the electrons are going to be flowing this way through the sleeve, so we'll find the sleeve on this side, and we'll plug it into a whole nother separate row. Let's do 25F. Now the last thing we need to do is plug in the LED to make sure that the cable works. So we need to find the negative side of this LED, which is this one, and we'll plug it into the sleeve on here, and then we'll plug the other side into the positive side of the battery. And if it lights up, it means that the cable works, and it is lighting up. So this TRS cable is a working cable. So I'll go over the flow of electrons in this. So it's going, the electrons are flowing from the negative side of the battery through the resistor, and that resistor is connected to the tip of one side of the TRS cable. That flows through the entire TRS cable, comes out of the other side. The other tip is in 30A. It's connected to the ring on this side of the cable, which is in 30B. Now that is flowing all the way back through the cable again. Now this ring is in 20A, whole nother row, and now it's connected to the sleeve of this side of the cable. So the electrons are now going through this sleeve this way, and they're coming out of this sleeve into a whole nother row, row 25F, and that sleeve is also connected to the negative side of the LED. The electrons are going through that, and the positive side of the LED is connected to the positive side of the battery. So the TRS cable is a working cable. Thank you.